2.4 least common multiple. I can find LCM.
Grace, that was scary. Get it? Get it? It's Halloween.
Yeah.
That was scary. Okay, a multiple is our first word. There are two words in math that oftentimes get confused: multiple and factor. The way we're going to remember the difference between multiple and factor is listed right here. Multiples would be the given number in anything bigger, as long as it's a multiple. Factors would be the given number in anything smaller, as long as it's a factor. Okay? So a multiple would be a product of two numbers. It could be a product of more than two numbers, but a product of two numbers for sure. Least common multiple would be the smallest number. The smallest multiple that two numbers or more have in common. And the way we find multiples, common multiples, is we list them out in this class. There's other ways to do it, but for the purpose of our class, you are going to take your numbers that are given to you, and you are going to find the first 5 common multiples for each. So we took the number 4, and we multiplied 4 by 1, 4 by 2, 4 by 3, 4 by 4, and 4 by 5, and we came up with these numbers. We took 5, and we multiplied 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we came up with those numbers. We had them all listed out. We found 20 was the smallest number that they both had in common, and we had our LCM. Yes, no?
Yes.
Down on number B, or letter B, we had the same situation. We listed the first 5 multiples, and we listed the first 5 multiples, and after listing the first 5 multiples, we did not have any in common. So being the intelligent people that we are, we continued to list multiples for the smallest. 15 was smaller than 35, so we continued to list multiples until we found 21, and 21 as the least common multiple. Yes, no?
Yes.
There are other ways, like I just said, to do this, but we are simply listing the smallest multiples of each number to find LCM. Do you know that you can take a number like 3 times 7 and multiply them together and get a common multiple? So in this situation, we took 3 and 7, and we found 21, and 3 times 7 happens to be 21, right?
Yeah.
In this situation, we took 4 and 5, and we found 20, but 4 and 5 also happens when you multiply them together to be 20, right? Is that always the case? Can you always just multiply them together and find the smallest common multiple? No. It's always going to be a common multiple when you multiply them together, but it's not always going to be the smallest common multiple. Sometimes when you multiply them together, it gives you a multiple that is not the smallest common. So be careful. Last problem we did was Kari and Tyler hitting home runs. Again, we were looking for common multiples because we wanted to know what day they would hit home runs again. You can read that problem for yourself. No cheat sheet idea for number 3 as we couldn't think of one. Any questions before we move forward?